My name's Suzanne McGuire. I'm from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario in Northern Ontario. I actually just technically last weekend graduated with a Master of Arts in Applied Health Sciences. My specific research though, I looked into the social sides of living with epilepsy. And because I'm also a young woman living with epilepsy, I decided to focus on specifically looking at young women between the ages of 20 to 35 and look at how their experience is living with epilepsy, whether it was since they were a child or if they just had it for a year. How do their specific personal experiences relate to how or whether or not they disclose epilepsy in society? I'm currently working at Algoma University in Sault Ste. Marie, working specifically in health informatics and sociology. So I do a lot of things looking at personal experiences relate to how or whether or not they disclose epilepsy in society. Living with epilepsy is an extremely transformative journey, I guess you could say. It's very complex, it's ever-changing. It's not something that you just get diagnosed with and then sort of live with. It's something that can change at any time, and not just with your health. It can affect your work, your personal life, your family, you know, all kinds of things, your career, just your independence and that sort of thing. So it's something that you kind of need to continually adapt to in a lot of ways. I like to come up with metaphors for a lot of things, and one thing I came up was disclosing epilepsy and coming out of the shadows, as many people call it. It's more like a revolving door. It's not just a static, you're in the shadows or you're out sort of thing. It's very situation dependent, and if anything, people kind of bounce back and forth between, you know, hiding it and disclosing it and being open. I knew what seizures were and that epilepsy was, you know, recurrent seizures, but other than that, I really didn't know much. I had no family history of anything like that. I mean, the only neurological disorder in my family was my grandfather had Parkinson's, and they're not related whatsoever. So it was kind of like a big slap in the face when it happened. It was a big adjustment, absolutely, because once I went on medication, I was severely affected by side effects. I had to put graduating off from my undergrad degree. I had to put that off for a year. I had to miss and drop out several courses because I just missed so much school time, things like that. But after about a year, I was able to get going again. I still was very affected by side effects, but at the same time, I mean, I emerged out of it all with a master's degree. I mean, I didn't have any real negative stereotypes or attitudes to epilepsy before, but if anything, living with it and experiencing all of it made me realize just how many people feel the same way and just how much we really do need to talk about it more. It's such a big part of my life now that if anything, I want to help other people and not have them feel like they've lost independence and lost time in that sort of sense, you know, showing that, yeah, push on, you can keep going, you can achieve what you want. One thing I think that fit perfectly when I was going to Brock University, their motto, it's Latin, it's Surgite, which is for push on. And I think if anything, that kind of was the perfect message for me that I also try to relay to other people, and that, you know, times can be really tough, but everybody goes through tough times, and it's ultimately how you emerge from that that makes you a better person. I would certainly love to work in the area of non-for-profit support in epilepsy, and I mean not even just epilepsy but just other medical conditions, because I think when you live with a chronic condition it can certainly make you be able to relate to others in that sense, you know. It's something that you live with every single day, and if anything, having everybody come together can be extremely powerful. If you want to become more comfortable living with epilepsy, it's to meet other people doing the same. My name is Suzanne McGuire, and this is my story, and that's what makes me remarkable.